Hello dear students, hope you have done very good in this NEET UG 2026. So let us start with the physics paper discussion. So first question here very simple. For simple pendulum having time period t, variation of kinetic energy with time. Now we know that kinetic energy cannot be negative, so we don't have to check any other options, directly we can mark the fourth option. Here kinetic energy is positive. A room heater is rated 400, voltage is given. If the supply voltage drops to 200, what will be the power consumed? So power consumed will be given as V square by R, and R can be written as, see we know that power equals to V square by R, so R will be, so from here we can write R will be V square by P, but here V will be the rated value. So here this will be equals to 220 into 220 divided by 400. So let's substitute the value. So power equals to, we can write from here, this is the power consumed, this is equals to, see what is the voltage here, 200. So 200 into 200 divided by 220 into 220 divided by 400, so this will go in numerator. So when you solve it, you are going to get 331 watt. Let's move to the next question. Angular speed of the flywheel increase from 600 to 1200 in 10 seconds, right? So from this first information, we can calculate the value of alpha. So from here, if you calculate here, this is omega naught. So this is 600 into 2 pi by 60 radian per second. So this will be 20 pi. Similarly, omega will be 1200 into 2 pi by 60. So this will be 40 pi. So from here 40 pi is equals to 20 pi alpha into 10. So from here alpha we are going to get at 2 pi radian per second square. Now we can use the formula omega square equals to omega naught square plus 2 alpha theta, and theta can be written as 2n pi, where n is the number of revolution. So when we substitute this value omega square, so this will be 1600 pi square, this is 400 pi square plus 2 into 2 pi into 2n pi. So this is coming out to be 1200 pi square is equals to 4, and this is 8 pi square into n, right? So 4 2 ja, this is 300. So from here n is coming out to be 150. So fourth is the correct answer. Let's move to the next question. The sum of kinetic and potential energy of a simple pendulum bob is 0.02 joule. Speed of the simple pendulum at equilibrium. So at equilibrium position, kinetic energy is going to be maximum, and that is equals to mechanical energy. So directly we can write half m v square equals to 0.02. So half mass is 20 into 10 to the power minus 3 into v square equals to 0.02. So v will come out to be under root of 2, which is 1.41 meter per second. So correct option is the fourth one. Let's move to question number 5. 100 turns closely wound circular coil radius is given to us. So this is 5 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter. You have to be careful with the units. This is the magnetic field that is given to us. Current, we need to calculate the value of current, and we need to calculate the value of magnetic moment. So here magnetic field will be equals to mu naught Ni divided by 2R. So let's substitute the values here. So from here B is 3.14, which is nothing but the value of pi, 10 to the power minus 3. Mu naught is 4 pi into 10 power minus 7 into n is given to us in the question. it is 100 into I divided by 2 into 5 into 10 to the power minus 2. So from here, if you solve this, the current is coming out to be 2.5 ampere. Magnetic moment will be equals to NIA. So N is 100, again I we have got the value, so this will come out to be 2 ampere meter square. So for this the correct answer is third option. Let's move to the question number 6. Submarine is designed to withstand an absolute pressure of 100 atm. Now, how deep can it go below the water surface? So, a straightforward formula, P equals to P naught plus rho GH. Okay. So, P is how much here? 100. So, this is 100 into 10 to the power 5, because we will write in terms of Pascal, 1 into 10 power 5, 10 to the power 3, 10 into H. So, from here H will come out to be 990 meter. So, for this the correct answer is second option. Question number 7, we have to match the following. Okay. So, here in this question, for A it is fourth, this is the energy of photon. Diffraction and interference, this is the wave nature of the light, so this will be 3. Lambda is nothing but lambda equals to h by p is de Broglie wavelength, so 1. And for this Compton effect, this is shown by the particle nature of the light, so our answer is second option. In this question, the best part, you don't have to go through all the options. Young's modulus is FL divided by A times delta L, and there is only one option with the second option. So, for this also correct answer is second option. A 2, and there is no other option with A matching with 2. Question number 9, 5 capacitors are there, they are connected. So, see these 4 are in series and then it is in parallel with C5. So, if you take the equivalent of these 4, then C dash equivalent will be C by 4, which is equals to 2.5 microfarad. So, if we take combination of this C equivalent with C5, then that will be in parallel. So, total C equivalent will be C dash equivalent plus C5. So, that is equals to 5 microfarad. Okay. So, charge equals to Q equals to C equivalent into V. So, 5 into 50. So, this is coming out to be 250 microcoulomb. But here you have to be careful, from C1 to C4 it is in series. So, this equivalent is in parallel with C5. So, in both of them charge is going to be equally divided. So, that is the reason why in C1, C2, C3, C4 and as well as C5, because C5 is in parallel with this equivalent, it is equals to 125 microcoulomb. So, in all of them charge is 125 microcoulomb and C equivalent is 5 microfarad. 10th question, the amount of work done to raise the mass from the surface of earth to a height equals to the radius of earth. Okay, so in this situation directly we can write work equals to mgh divided by 1 plus h by r. So, substitute the value mgr 1 plus r by r. So, answer is mgr by 2. So, correct option is first one. Next question, when a ruler falls vertically, 5 different person catches it with the different reaction time. So, see here, for whichever reaction time is more, in that situation distance travelled will be more. So, for B distance travelled is going to be maximum and for C distance travel is going to be minimum. So, now we can check the options. So, B will have maximum and C will have minimum. So, the correct option is fourth one. Power of crane which lifts the mass. So, power formula directly we can use, that is mgh divided by T. So, let us substitute the value 10 to the power 3 into 9.8 into 20 divided by 10. Okay. So the answer is 19.6 kilowatt. So this is a straightforward formula based question. Move to the next question. Consider two uncharged capacitors of equal capacitance. One of them is charged, okay, so this is the voltage, and then disconnected. Now this capacitor is connected to uncharged capacitor. The amount of electrostatic energy loss. So heat loss, this is a direct formula based question. Half C1 C2 divided by C1 plus C2 V1 minus V2 whole square. Okay, so half C1 C2 is equal into V, which is how much here in this situation? We can substitute the value 100 minus 0 whole square. So substitute the value. This is 1 by 4 into C. C is how much here? 200 into 10 to the power minus 12 into 10 to the power 4. So for this the correct answer is 0.5 into 10 power minus 6 joule. When you solve it, this is what we are getting. So correct answer is third option. Next question. Circuit contains resistance of 1 kilowatt, capacitor is given to us, inductance is also given to us, resonance frequency. So another direct formula based question, 1 by 2 pi under root of LC. Okay. So here L value is how much? 10 to the power minus 3 and C value is 0.1 into 10 to the power minus 6. Just substitute the value. So, we will get the answer as 15.9 kilohertz. So, again formula based question, but little bit calculative. Let us move to the next question. Now, here we know that in this rod, here we are having a cross section of radius A, okay, and in this I current is flowing. We need to comment about the magnetic field. So, for inside region, magnetic field is proportional to R, and for outside proportional to 1 by R. So, inside it is a straight line, it is directly proportional. So, correct option is third. Question number 16, heater supplies heat to a system of this much. So, this is Q that we are supplying. Work performed at the rate of 75. So, this is W. So, internal energy is asked. So, Q equals to W plus delta U. Q is how much? 100 here. W is how much? 75, right? They are talking about rate. So, everything is with respect to time. So, Q by T, W by T, delta U by T. So, T is common factor in all of them plus delta U. So, correct answer is 25 watt, second option. Question number 17, peak value is given as 5 ampere, frequency is this much. How long will the current starting from 0 take to reach the peak value? See, we know that from mean position to extreme position or from 0 to peak, time taken is T by 4. That's it. Okay. And T is equals to 1 by F, which is 1 by 60 seconds. So, from here our answer will be T by 4. So, that means 1 by 240 seconds. So, correct option is second. Another formula based direct question. In a Young's double slit experiment using monochromatic light lambda, the intensity of light at a point where the path difference is lambda is K. That means this is the maximum intensity, because the formula for maximum intensity is 4I naught cos square phi by 2, and when path difference is lambda, phi is 2 pi by lambda into delta x, which is lambda, which is 2 pi. So, in this situation this is 4I naught, which is given as K. Now, what is the new path difference? New path difference is lambda by 3. So, phase difference is 2 pi by lambda into lambda by 3, which is nothing but 2 pi by 3. So, again use the formula I equals to 4I naught, which is K cos square phi by 2, that means half of this, which is nothing but pi by 3. Pi by 3 is 60 degree. 60 degree means 1 by 2. When we do the square, it is how much? K by 4. Okay. So, correct answer is fourth option. Next question, 4 statements are given here. We have to answer the correct one. Volume is proportional to A to power 1 by 3. That is wrong, because volume equals to 4 by 3 pi r cube. R is r naught a to the power 1 by 3 whole cube. So it is proportional to a. So this is correct. Now again this is a wrong statement. That is not the definition of mass defect. Difference in the mass of nucleus and its constituent is called mass difference. So this is true. So B and D are correct and A and C are false. So for this, second option is the correct answer. Let's move to question number 20. Again another statement based question. First statement, as there is no gain or loss of energy, these phenomena are consistent with the principle of conservation of energy, and that is correct. That is what happens in the interference. So this is true. Diffraction and interference are characteristics exhibited only by light wave. That is a wrong statement. It is shown by all the types of wave. So A is correct but B is false. So for this, correct answer is second option. Question number 21. Resistor is connected with the battery, internal EMF is also given to, internal resistance is also given to us. So this is direct formula based. Terminal voltage will be equals to V equals to E minus IR. So just substitute the value, 12 minus 0.6 into 2. Okay. So answer is 10.8 volt. This is directly formula based question. Question number 22, again this is based on the meter base. So it is from experimental physics, this question. So we have to answer the correct options, right? So as we go through the options, in this question they are saying that positions of cell E and galvanometer G are interchanged. So similar type of question is asked before also, but in that question the answer was different. They have slightly changed the options here. So if you go through the options, read the fourth option, both right sided and left sided deflection and at balance point. So wherever there is a balance point, that is called null deflection. Okay, so for this the correct answer is the fourth option. Question number 23. While conducting an experiment to determine the effective length of simple pendulum, note down the data of time taken to complete 30 oscillations is 60 seconds. Okay. So that means to complete one oscillation, time taken is how much? 2 seconds. That is nothing but time period. Time period 2 seconds, that is known as second pendulum. And what is the length of the second pendulum? No need to solve, directly we can write 1 meter, or you can use the formula time period equals to 2 pi under root of L by G. Time period is 2 and L we have to calculate and G we can approximately take it as pi square. Okay. So for this 1 meter, or if you remember this direct result, directly we can answer. Move to question number 24. Another statement based question. As we can see, there are many statement based questions, but all are simple NCERT based statement. Read the first option. Like first statement here, inside a conductor the electrostatic field is 0. So this is true. Electric field at the surface of charged conductor does not depend upon surface charge. Does not depend is wrong. Okay, so this is false. The interior of charged conductor can have no excess charge in a static situation. So this is another statement which is correct here. At the surface of charged conductor, the electrostatic field must be normal. So we know that that is the property of conductor. So this is also true. Electrostatic potential is 0 everywhere inside a charged conductor. It is not 0, it is constant. Okay. So that means this is also false. So now we can cross check the option here. A is true, C is true and D is true. So first option is the correct answer. Let's move to question number 25. Two statements are given here. When forward bias voltage across PN junction diode increases above a certain threshold voltage, the diode current increases significantly. That is true. This current is called reverse saturation current. That is wrong. Reverse is in reverse bias. Okay, so that means if we go with this, statement 1 is correct. So statement A is true but B is false. So for this The correct answer is third option.
Hello students, let's discuss question number 26. This question is very simple. They are saying a ray is incident parallel to the principal axis of a concave lens. So we know that after refraction it will appear to pass through the focus, but this will be the focus. So we know that according to NCERT notation, they have mentioned this is F2, this is F1. But if you take the center of first surface as F1, according to that, the answer options 2 will be correct, that it will appear to diverge from the first principal focus. But according to NCERT notation, this is taken as F2. So for me, answer is 2, but may be possible that this answer means this question can go bonus. So for now, I am marking it as a 2 as a correct answer, which I feel that it is most appropriate answer for this question. Now let's move to the question number 27. For the question number 27, they are saying there is an unknown nucleus. All right, they have mentioned the density. So we know that density is mass divided by 4 by 3 pi r q. All right. Now they are saying the mass is this, and they are asking for the mass number. So it's very simple question. If you're going to talk about the mass number, then we can say that you can write as mass of neutron and this as mass number divided by 4 by 3 pi r cube. So on applying this formula, you're going to get the answer as 3, which is 12. So answer will be approximately equals to 12. So all the answers are far, so we can go for the 12. Now, they are saying the galvanometer has a resistance of, is again very simple question, question number 28. They are saying it's a 100 ohm resistance is for the galvanometer. Now, the range for this is milliampere, 1 milliampere. They want to say that if it is to be converted up to 10 milliampere, then what is the shunt resistance required? So, it's again very simple question. You can say that the main current Iz into Rz is equals to I into almost I minus Iz into S. If you apply this formula, you're going to get the option as 4. Option 4 as a correct answer for this question number 28. Now let's move to the question number 29. Again, it is very simple question based on the moment of inertia. They are saying that the wire of length L, and they are given the mass density as m here. So m is not the total mass, it's linear mass density. So for this, it's very simple. If you take the mass of this as m, then we know that if the mass of m, mass of the ring is capital M, then answer should be for this 3 by 2 m into r square. If you use the parallel axis theorem, that should be the moment of inertia. But here m is the linear mass density, small m is the linear mass density, so capital M you can say as m into L, and they are saying it is in the form of circle. So second equation you can find L is equals to how much? 2 pi r. So using this two equation, if you go to solve, then you're going to get this third option, which is 3 by 8 ml cube divided by pi square. Now let's move to the question number 30. They are saying this is a traveling wave, and one more information they are given. So they have given the equation of traveling wave, and they are saying the x and y are in centimeter. They want to find the difference between the 2 points which are separated by 0.5 meters. So again, very simple. You can use the formula delta phi is equals to how much? K into delta x. All right. Now make sure that this is k, but you have to take care of units here. So if you solve this k, then it will be 2 pi into 0.008, but they have given in centimeters, so it will be 10 to the power minus 2 will come here, and if you multiply with 0.5, you are going to get 0.8 pi radian as a answer. Now let's move to the question number 31. They are saying the block of mass 15 kg is kept on a floor of a stationary trolley, and they are saying the friction is this much. Keeping the box is stationary at rest with respect to trolley. They are saying what is the maximum acceleration possible? Again, it's very standard question. All of you know that the maximum acceleration is a max for this to be at rest is mu z. All of you know that. So just multiply that. Mu is how much? It's 0.12 given here, and multiply with 10, you will get 1.2. If you want to see the solutions, very simple. You can apply the pseudo force here. If you are working in the frame of trolley, then you can say m into a, that should be equals to how much? Mu m g, for this to be stationary in the trolley frame. Right? So correct answer for this is going to be how much? 1.2, which is option 2. Now let's move to the question number 32. They are saying that in the circuit given the voltage appear across this. So it's very simple. Single diode is used and this input is used. So for this is positive given here. So diode will be off. For negative input only the diode will be working. And you see that there is only one option for that. That is option number 4. So in this case, the diode, when the positive signal is there, then diode will be not conducting. So there is no resistance. So there is no potential difference across this resistance. So all the input will appear across the diode. But whenever for the negative input, the diode will be conducting. So all the voltage will appear across the resistance. So the voltage across the diode will be only when this is positive up. So according to that, the only option is matching is the option number 4. So again, it's very simple question. Let's move to the question number 33. They are saying that argon and chlorine, their masses are given. We have to find the RMS speed at the given temperature. So you have to convert it in Kelvin. So it will be 300 Kelvin first of all. So we know that RMS speed, Vrms is equals to how much? Root of 3 RT by M. So mass is irrelevant here. We have to take care of molecular mass, right? So it's very simple. If you're going to talk about this, then it will be Vrms of argon divided by how much? Vrms of chlorine. So it will be reciprocal of their masses, which is mass of argon and this is the mass of chlorine because both has same temperature. So just put here what we'll get from here. Mass of chlorine is given as 70. So that will be 70 divided by how much? Root of 40. Option will be option will be root 7 by 2, which is option number 3. Now let's move to the question number 34. Again is the match the column based on EM waves. So it's very simple. Again, microwave is going to generate from this one. Again directly it's given in the NCERT. Infrared at normal temperature, we know that vibration of atoms are going to produce infrared. So for the A, it is fourth one, A4. Second, we know that gamma radiations are produced in nuclear reaction. So for the B we got to know visible rays in when the electron jump from the higher level for few elements, it will be visible light. So for the B, it is 1. For C is 2. And for D, which is infrared, is 3. So according to this, which option is matching? A4, B1, C2 and D3. So option 4 will match. Direct question it is because the theory is given in NCERT, so you can read from there. Now, question number 35, they are saying magnitude and direction of acceleration produced of a body when 2 perpendicular force is applied. So you can't get the question easier than this in Newton's law of motion. So it's very simple. If you apply the 8 Newton of force here and 6 Newton of force like this, resultant force will be 10. And we know that theta, if you measure the angle from this one, the vector 8, so it will be 10 theta as 6 by 8, which will be 3 by 4. So net force is 10, so acceleration will be how much? 10 divided by 5, so it will be 2, and angle with the larger vector angle will be lesser, so the option 1 will match for this. It's 2 meter per second square and 10 inverse 3 by 4 with 8 Newton force. Now let's move to the question number 36. Again, it's very simple question. For this situation, you know that this diode will be off, reverse by this diode, this branch is also off. So only who will conduct? This and this will conduct. Now they are saying that diode, if you talk about the diode is ideal. So if you take the resultant of this 4 and 2, what will get? Going to get resistance will be 4 into 2 divided by how much? 4 plus 2 is the R. So this will be how much? 8 divided by 6. So 1 voltage is 10. So if you are going to solve 10 divided by 8 by 6, so it will be 60 divided by how much? 8. So this will be 15 by 2. Option 2. Again, it's very easy question. Now let's move to the question number this. They are saying that work function for the metal. Work function for the metal is given this much. So we can find the threshold frequency. We can say 6.6 into 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 is going to be how much? Hc divided by lambda. So if you calculate the threshold frequency from here, you will get near around 150. So all the wavelength which has value more than 150 will not be able to emit the photoelectron. So answer will be, the only one option is matching for this. This is 200 nanometer. Now let's move to the question number 38. They are saying the speed of light in vacuum is taken to be unity. Then how much time it is going to, how much time it is taking to reach to the earth is this much. Then what is the distance? So it's very simple. Distance d will be how much? V into t. They are saying take the v as 1. So 1, and time they are saying take as it is. So 60 minute 40 second. Very easy question. So 60 into 6 into 60, which is plus 40 second. So what will get from here? You're going to get 400. So answer will be 400. It's very simple question again. Now let's move to the question number 39. They are saying there is a rectangle which is being pulled in a magnetic from the magnet. This is being pulled in a uniform magnetic field, and they are saying there is a small cut. There is a small cut, and it is being pulled in such a way. It is being pulled in such a way. So here you have to assume that one portion is outside, right? Means half, means not completely inside, right? So they are saying you have to assume here that they are saying that there is a small portion which is this mentioned here, 3 centimeter with a small cut. So you have to make sure that a small cut is outside. If a small cut is inside, then maybe possible that answer will be different. So you have to assume it, and they are given that velocity is perpendicular to the smaller loop. So according to this very simple question, so if this portion is outside, you will take effective length as what? As 3 centimeters. So you will go with this formula, E is equals to VBL. So V is 2 centimeters, so 2 into 10 power minus 2. B is already given, it is 0 point how much? It is 0.3, somewhere else mentioned, yeah, 0.3. And the length you have to take 3 centimeters, 3 into 10 power minus 2. So according to this, if you go, it is 1.8 into 10 power minus 4 volt. Option number 1 is correct. Now let's move to this question. Plot the graph V versus T curve. You have to plot whenever particle is thrown upward. So if you're going to take upward as a positive, so according to this, we know that whenever particle is thrown, velocity is positive, and after highest point, it will become negative. So it's very simple. So option 3 will be matching for this. So option C. This C option is correct. C graph is correct. So according to this, option 3 is correct. Alright. Now, let's move to the question number 41. They are saying vernier caliper. So they are saying 20 VSD is coinciding with the what? 16 MSD. So again, it's very question of vernier caliper, which is they are trying to ask the least count. So we know that least count is equals to how much? 1 MSD minus 1 VSD, right? 1 MSD, they have given that it is 1 mm. So that is 1 mm, and 1 VSD you can get from this information that 16 mm is equals to how much? 20 VSD. So from here we can say 1 VSD will be 0.8 mm here, right? So we can say minus 0.8 mm. So minus 0.8 mm. So you'll get from here 0.2 mm. So answer is given in centimeters, so it will become 0.02 centimeter. Now let's move to the question number 42. They are saying each side a metallic cube is this much. The side is given this much, and this is the mass given, right? So you have to find the density, but you have to take care of significant figure. So we know that in multiplication and division, we see the least number of significant figures. So if you see this one, here significant figure is 2. So one thing is clear that in answer, significant figure should be 2 only. So this is gone and this is gone. Now if you're going to say that m divided by v, LQ, if you do this, and if you're going to do the exact calculation, it is something around 7.654, means up to 3 decimal place, it is this value. So if you're going to round it off, it will be 7.7, which is option number 2 is correct. Now let's move to the question number 43, they are saying it is equilateral prism, and they are saying that QR is parallel to the base. So if QR is parallel to the base, then we can get to know it is the condition of minimum deviation. And in minimum deviation, we know that delta minimum is equals to how much? 2I minus A. I already given to you, how much? 50. So that is 100 minus 60. It will be 40 degree. So answer is fourth one, which is 40 degree. Now let's move to the question number 44. They are saying the first excited state, again, atom has this much energy. So you got to know that it is hydrogen atom, right? Because we know that in second level, energy of electron is how much? 3.4. In second orbit, it is 3.4 electron volt. So we have to find the radius. So radius will be how much? 0.529 n square. So it's very simple, angstrom it is, right? So 0.529 into 4 angstrom. So if you calculate this, it is 2 point something basically. So second option, 2.1 into 10 power minus 10 meter, right? Now let's move to the question number 45. So they are saying that this ABCD part, total resistance is 4 ohm. So each part is going to have the resistance 1 ohm, 1 ohm, 1 ohm and 1 ohm. I mean, it is the condition of Wheatstone bridge, right? So this is gone, and we know that if all the sides of a Wheatstone bridge is what? Have same resistance, then resistance will be equals to how much? Same only. So it's 1 ohm here, effective resistance, and voltage given is what? 2 ampere. So current I will be equals to how much? 2 divided by 1, it is 2 ampere. So which option? Option 4 is correct. So according to me, this overall paper is very, very easy. If you leave the 2 questions, the rest other questions are very, very easy, and there are few questions in which you don't have to move the pen also, right?